potluck spinach dip.
1, 2, 3, funk it.
Are you gonna sit, Ichabod? On today's episode of Free Unsolicited Cooking Knowledge, I'll be making Sarah's mom's spinach dip.
That's a mouthful.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'm just a professional, clearly. On today's episode of Free Unsolicited Cooking Knowledge, I'll be making Sarah's mom's spinach dip. Welcome back, my little spoons. I hope you are doing well. I wasn't planning on filming today, but I figured this was something I've been wanting to do for a very long time. And since I'm preparing it for a party that Cody and I will be attending later today, I figured why not whip the camera out and film for you. So today is a recipe I learned from observation, and that is Sarah's mom's spinach dip. She never wrote it down for me. I basically lived at my friend's house while I was in high school, and as she was preparing it for a party they were having, I kind of just watched her mom prepare it and I committed it to memory, and I've been making it ever since for all potlucks and barbecues. And I usually don't make it if we're just at home because it does feed a lot, so I figured why not? Today's the day and you guys get to come along for the ride. Wanda, I hope you're not upset that I shared your secrets. Since 2008-ish, I've been preparing this potluck greatness. Anyway, whatever, get into it. This is the ingredients list. I'm sure you can sub the Miracle Whip with regular mayonnaise. I always use Miracle Whip in this. The first thing you're gonna need is a very large bowl. The first thing that we're gonna add to this is your sour cream. I just want to say that I prefer the 14%. You don't want low fat because then your dip eventually waters down, because the other ingredients have a lot of water in it. It's more soupy and it's just unappetizing, so do your 14% sour cream. Can you see him? Anyway, so you're gonna do an entire, 500 milliliter container. Gonna clean that bad boy out. The next ingredient is gonna be Miracle Whip right here. Did you open this one? Another one that we haven't opened. Okay, look, this one has a pull tab. Unlike Hellmann's. Hellmann's, get your shit together, okay?
Oh no. Oh no, it's not going.
Oh jeez. You know what? Never mind, I take it back. I take it back. There we go. Okay, we're gonna do 1 full cup of Miracle Whip. You're gonna mix it in with your sour cream. It's a little over, but it's not gonna make a huge difference. And we're just gonna scoop that in. I don't wanna jinx it, but it seems like the zoo is really calm today. All 4 cats come running. Now that you have mixed your Miracle Whip and your sour cream, this is the pinnacle of why it tastes so good. You have to get this brand, you have to get this mix. I'm getting so mad. I'll tell you why. It makes me mad. But you have to do this because just the flavor of this is the heart of what this spinach dip is, okay? So you're gonna get the Knorr vegetable soup mix, okay? This is very important, and these steps are very important, okay? Because this is dehydrated and dry. Obviously, it's a soup mix. You add it to boiling water, technically. You wanna add it to your sour cream and Miracle Whip mixture so it softens and kind of incorporates before you start adding all your other ingredients. Or else you're gonna have kind of like crispy chunks in it. Yes, I've made it in a hurry before, and you know, trial and error, we learned. But you're gonna do 1 full package. This is the 40-gram package of the Knorr vegetable soup mix. I'm gonna just empty that. And now you're just gonna mix that in. You wanna be very thorough when you're mixing. Now that you've incorporated the soup mix, you're gonna set your bowl aside. It should be softened, like the soup mix should be softened by the time you start adding your vegetables. Your next ingredient will be water chestnuts. I couldn't remember. And then I looked at the French side, sorry. Sliced water chestnuts, they could be whole, they could be cubed, whatever. It adds texture, a little bit of flavor. You don't necessarily need them. They come in a can. They are extremely hard to find. I have to specifically go to Zehrs, and I think I got these ones from Sobeys, if I'm not wrong. Also, if you're new here, I'm from Niagara region, and that's where I shop most. We don't even have a Whole Foods here, so. You're gonna get your water chestnuts, you're gonna open your can, and you're gonna drain the liquid out of it. You're gonna wanna do this over a sink if you have this kind of opener where it opens on the outside, because the liquid will spill everywhere. So I will open this can and I will be right back. You're literally gonna just dump it because you're gonna slice up the entire can, okay? I wish they had diced water chestnuts because this takes some time and it's really freaking annoying. And you want it small enough so you're not getting like full mouth chunks. 100 years later. Oops. Okay, Google, can dogs eat water chestnuts?
Dogs can eat water chestnuts in moderation. Sometimes ask me, what is the...
Okay, Google, stop.
Do you...
It's always in my face, you know? Now that your water chestnuts have been diced and sliced in little pieces, as you can see, we're gonna add that to the sour cream mayo mixture. Oh, Houdini ran away. He's scared. No. Oh my God. Hi. Hey, Darwin. I love you. I know. I rescued you from outside, but you need to go, okay?
It seems like the zoo is really calm today.
So we're just gonna incorporate I was gonna say lentils. Ugh, lose my day of mind today. The water chestnuts back into the mixture. So your next ingredient is going to be a bunch of baby onions. I'm gonna chop the root end off. And then I'm gonna chop the other end, but you don't wanna chop all the green. You still want some greenery in your dip. Then I'm just gonna clean them up. You think I don't see you? I usually take the outside layer out of the onions. Darwin, he's just sass McGass over here. Don't you dare. Thank you. And y'all can come for me in the comments because I took the outer layer off of the baby onions, but you have to realize that like people like touch them in the stores. They are pulled from the ground. They're not properly washed. Peel that first layer off, okay? Okay? No one wants salmonella. No, sorry, not salmonella, E. coli. Okay. Or both, yeah. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna slice your green onions. Basically, you want it to look like when you eat wonton soup, the little slices of green onions. Oh my God, I miss wonton. Country Fresh was like the bomb, and we lived 2 blocks away, so they just knew my order because we went almost every day. Or after work when they were 24/7 before COVID, like we'd finish shifts at like 2 a.m. and then go get some soup, and those were the days. And now I'm on a farm in the middle of nowhere. If you're hungry, you starve, okay? I'm gonna just slice these. As I'm slicing these, I'm just gonna incorporate it directly into my dip so that they don't roll off and the dogs don't get them. Because if you don't know, onion and garlic are very toxic to dogs.
Now you know!
Yeah, when I bought them and put them in the car, I went and ran an errand, came back, the car reeked of onions. I was like, you ate it? You, who are you? See, my cooking is changing his palate. In case everyone is wondering, D'Artagnan, even though he's not out of the woods with his sickness, he is doing much better. We're getting on a routine with all his meds, and I think he's recovering quite nicely. He is definitely back to his old self. Oh my God. I'm not crying because of it, it's just the onions. So once you're done cutting the bunch of onions, you're gonna remix your dip. Oof, my gosh. I'm okay. And now, the main ingredient, baby spinach. So I'm going to say this with severe seriousness. It has to be fresh, okay? Years ago, I gave this recipe to someone. Whatever, they made it. I went to the event, I went to taste it, and it was pure water. And they used frozen spinach, okay? Frozen spinach, like the ones come in the box or the cubes or whatever. You cannot use frozen spinach. It has to be fresh. It's mush, okay? The integrity is gone. I'm very passionate. If there's anything you take from this recipe, please, for the love of baby Jesus, or just Jesus, doesn't even have to be baby Jesus, fresh spinach, okay? You're gonna use the whole container as well. Also, just to be clear, this is pre-washed. Some containers aren't washed, so you'll have to wash them again. You're gonna grab a handful, you're just gonna look through it to make sure the leaves are good, everything seems fine. So you're just gonna start just cutting it. You don't wanna like cut it into minuscule little pieces because now you're compromising the freshness of the spinach, and then it just becomes mush, okay? You're adding it to a dip, it's naturally going to wilt in the moisture of the dip. You don't want to add like beaten up spinach, okay? So these are like kind of what you're looking for, all right? Pieces like this big. Oh. You want one? Here you go. Run away. So then you're just gonna add this to your bowl. So as you're doing this, every handful, you do want to incorporate it right away. It's a lot harder to mix when you have this big bunch of spinach. And then you're gonna repeat this process till you finish the entire container. It's gonna seem like so much spinach to mayo ratio. Trust the process, okay? Trust me, it smooths out as it pulls the water from the spinach. Look at these hands. This is why we use the higher fat sour cream, okay? See? I told you, D'Artagnan's living his best life. I swear to God if he jumps on this table. That's your phone, Cody. Get off the set. Fired. This is what it looks like. Very thick. It will pull the water, don't you worry. Hi, Annie. Are you now my sous chef? Oh, are you getting jealous? All right, come here. Ichabod, I wasn't even talking to you. So technically the spinach dip is done, but I'm going to prep what I think goes hand in hand with spinach dip, and I think this is just a universal rule, I think, with spinach dip. Yeah, it's a fact that in order to enjoy spinach dip, yes, of course you can do all your veggies and chips and blah, 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 but I highly recommend getting pumpernickel bread. Thank you. Are you just a baby? Are you just a baby? Right? Oh, these hands of mine. Pumpernickel bread. One day I will learn how to make my own. It's like okay. You are the worst crew person. Are you sorry? This is the loaf you want. And guess what? Guess what we're not doing on this channel? We are not making a pumpernickel bowl, okay? We're not like the fancies out there. You're gonna keep your spinach dip in a separate container. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna slice this into cubes. Also, as an Italian, I don't even have a nice knife set, okay? Look at, like, the paint is peeling. This is like Canadian Tire years ago when I became single again. So I had to rebuy everything, and this was the cheapest knife set. And this is all I have left of that knife set. Maybe we should get married so we can get measuring cups and knife set, you know. Strictly business. I'm just kidding. Sponsorship. A knife company sponsorship would be really nice. So what I do is I cut it into fours, then I slice it into these thick slices like this. Then I cut that into cubes. You also want to use a bread knife because you don't want to like squish the bread. So you want like this. You want big chunks, okay? You don't need to body shame. Get out. Cody, you have the smallest butt I've ever seen. You're like the Houdini of humans. I'm not gonna lie, every time I make this dip, this is the most annoying thing that I have to do. No, Cody has this habit of requesting things, going, I'll help you, and then he's Mr. MIA. You're lucky, it makes my heart full seeing you enjoy the meals I make. Everything else, get out. Now that it's been 100 million years, I finally finished cutting the pumpernickel. I guess you can rip it apart. I like the uniformity of the squares. He loves the way I prepare it. I'm gonna give it a try. It's so delicious. It just smells amazing. That's good. The texture of this dip is great. You get the crunch of the water chestnuts, the crunch of the fresh spinach, the onions. It's delicious. Like, thank you, Wanda. Watch Wanda watch this and be like, actually, you're missing like several ingredients. I don't care. It's great. I love it. It's for any time of the year, and it's Cody's most requested potluck dish besides my Swedish sweet and sour meatballs. You want to try it? There you go. Think about this now for you. I don't know what that tells you, but pretty darn good. Thank you, my little spoons, for joining me once again and sticking through this video. I'm very thankful to have you here. I do recommend making this. This is probably one of the easier things I have made on this channel. Feeds a lot of people too, so if you're like stuck for trying to bring something for a potluck, this is perfect. It doesn't taste like your store-bought spinach dips that, let's be real, just are ranch and some spinach. I would like to thank Sarah's mom, Wanda. You are a very special lady. I miss you, Sarah. So thank you, my little spoons. I'm very thankful for all my subscribers. I'm living the dream, as they say, and I can't wait to get into my other content. I'm planning some things. Still haven't figured out my microphone logistics for my garden tour. It might just be me holding my lav, and I know, Quinn, you're going to cringe at that. No, you never demonize me for anything. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, share, comment below. Yeah, same. Thank you, and spinach dip.